Hello everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am coming in with the third and final installment for the September Vintage Rose subscription kit. I know it's taken a really long time to get this one out, but the start of the school year always seems to throw me off. But here I am with the last 5 cards and a bonus card. If you stick all the way around to the end, you'll get to see the bonus card. But the last 5 fast cards that I made using the September Vintage Rose kit from White Rose Crafts. If you missed the first or second video with these cards, I will put a link in the little blue bloop down below. If you missed the sketch challenge card I created with this kit, I will also put a link to my blog post sharing how I made that card. So I have made now in total 5 plus 5 plus 1. That's 11 coming into these 5 and the bonus card. So I have made a total of, I just did the math and I completely lost it. 11 plus 6 would be 17. 17 cards using this kit, and I still have a ton of product to play with. So you're really getting the good bang for your buck. If you missed the unboxing as well to this kit, I will include the link as well down there so you can see everything that is in the kit. And what you see me gluing down right now is a piece from the die, or a die cut I use using the die that's included in the kit. And I love how intricate that little die is. It's stunning. And when it's cut out of the Petalics cardstock, it's stunning. This card was just all about layering and adding my pieces together, and I think it has a really fun effect, and I just adore how the Tattered Rose Distress Oxide around the edges of the card gave it even more of a vintage distress feel. For card 2, I wanted to use that really large rose sticker from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. Yes, I've cut my sticker sheets in half if you've missed that. It's easier for me to store them when they're not 12 by 12. But I wanted to use that big rose sticker and a piece of printed and make it kind of look like a Victorian era image. So I took a little brush sage, which is actually from my personal selection, not from the kit, and blended the ink around the edges of my card frame and added this piece of beautifully this paper. I am not shabby chic. I know I'm stuttering with my words, and I'm trying to convey I am not shabby chic, but this paper I find to be gorgeous. It's not paper I would have ever naturally reached for, but that's the fun of doing subscription kits, is that sometimes you're exposed to something you wouldn't normally do, and this paper, to me, I've fallen in love with the print of this paper, and I'm just having a ball playing with it. Again, never would normally take a really detailed sticker like this and lay it over detailed paper, but I think it works, especially when I took my pen and kind of gave a small border around the edge of the sticker. I think it helped pop up the image from the background and gave it almost a two-dimensional feel. Yes, it gave it a 3-dimensional feel. I grabbed a couple of the butterflies. The butterflies are actually meant to be a chain, and I used the wrong scissors, so there's a terrible edge to it. But I trimmed out 2 of the butterflies, and again, just kind of outlined them with a really fine point detailing pen, and liked how they popped up as well. To finish this card off, I just pulled a simple sentiment, and then once again, because consistency is everything, right? Added a bit of fine detailing around it. And there you go. There is the next card, and I just think it turned out stunning. Now for card 3, I really wanted to use up some of the scraps of paper I had from other projects. So I took these 3 papers that I thought kind of fell within the same color frame without being the same colors, and I adhered them to my card frame. I really like the idea of layering paper. Wow, talking is hard today. Layering papers like this, because it creates a really cool effect, and when you're working shabby chic, I think you can kind of get away with this. To help blend the 3 colors into each other, I pulled out the stamp set from the card kit and the Tattered Rose Distress Oxide from the kit, and just started randomly stamping the sentiment all over the card, so it was clearly being pushed across the 3 different papers and pulling the 3 of them together. I also think it created a lot more visual interest in the background of the card, making the card more interesting and less flat. To finish, or not to finish, this is in no way, shape, or form finished, but I wanted you to be actually able to read the sentiment. and I risked it by hand stamping it. Look, it came out. I don't think I should have hand stamped it. I should totally have pulled out a stamping platform because we all know I'm a terrible stamper. But with the papers are slightly uneven, not really, but slightly uneven, and I really could have messed up. I got lucky, and I know better. I added a few little heart stickers from the sticker sheet and tried really hard to add some buttons to this. It wasn't going to work, and I actually tried to cut it out and realized that maybe sometimes showing people that things not working is a good thing. I also pulled out some Nuvo, and this is in the Wintered Blizzard or something like that. It's the crystally one. It's the sparkly clear one. Yep, brain's not working today. Start of the school year, I've become significantly dumber. But pulled it out, filled the little hearts in with some extra bling, and then added a couple Nuvo drops. And I think the card finished really beautifully. And I like that I know it's not a one-dimensional card, but it is a one-dimensional card. I know I'm not supposed to have favorites, but this is my favorite paper from the pack. I think. I don't know, there's something just gorgeous about it, and I love that I was able to take some Distress ink and really make all the edges appear to be the same. That kind of distress blooming into the center, so it's darker on the edges and real bright and vibrant in the middle. Then I took some shimmer craft spray and frost and splattered some big splatters on, and then sprayed some fine mist over it. And now the card actually has a little bit of a reflection to it. So when you move it under light, there's a bit of sparkle and yeah, a little sparkle there. I pulled out one of the really long sentiments. Clearly this is not going to fit on the card. So I trimmed it down, kind of consciously figuring out how the phrases would cut up right, and then adhered it to the card. Yes, I went from the bottom up. There's actually a small pale pink line at the top of the sticker, which I think gave the card the perfect spacing, and I was able to stack them one on top of another. And I think the way I cut it made the words work out really well. A friend knows the song in your heart, and it sings it back to you when you have forgotten the words. And I thought the bird sticker was the perfect way to kind of finish this. I also really wanted to use buttons since I didn't get to use them on the last card, and I like how the buttons play with the image. They just kind of finish off that feeling that I was going for in this card. And there you go, finished card, super simple, and I think because the paper is so special, the card ended up feeling special. For card 5, I pulled out a whole bunch of scraps. Like, these are all different pieces of scrap paper within the kit, or within my stash of trimming up the papers from the kit. And I wanted to kind of layer them on top of each other. This is not something I'm known for, and frankly, I'm not very good at layering papers. If you need a tutorial on how to layer papers, please go to somebody who's not me. As you will see as I drop these papers down, you will realize I'm adequate at best, and I think that's being really generous, calling me adequate at layering papers. But I like to try, and there's no way I'm ever going to get better at it without actually doing it. So I would lay the papers down kind of at a distance I thought was appropriate, and then I would trim it off the side of the card. In hindsight, I should have probably trimmed them all at the same time, but hindsight, you know, I can hindsight a lot of things in life, and it's not ever going to... Anyway, you get there. You get my drift. So I layered 3 pieces of scrap paper, and I like how, while I'm bad at layering, all the papers are coordinated. For the piece of ephemera that I trimmed up, and actually it's not ephemera so much as it's a piece of paper I trimmed up to be ephemera, I added a little 3-dimensional tape. And the card I realized needed a lot of help. I mean, it needed a lot. It needed a lot. Because I can't layer paper. I'm not good at it. But this vine ribbon, oh, it comes to the rescue. I put a healthy dose of glue down, and then fought the curving of the vine ribbon. And look at that. Like, it turns what is a mediocre card into something that's actually kind of pretty. I am in love with this vine ribbon. I'm actually going to go through the White Rose Craft store and, like, figure out all the different types of fun ribbon she has and order myself some. Because look at it. You drop it down, and suddenly things get a little special. I put a really good glue adhesive down in my last metal rose, as well as a couple more Nuvo drops right there. And what is basically a mediocre card was saved by embellishments. Yeah, I'm not good at paper layering, but we're all going to forgive me for that. Now to the bonus card. In your kit, you get a shaker card. You get this beautiful butterfly shaker card, which goes beautifully with that antique into summer rose feel. And I dropped a couple pieces of scrap paper onto the shaker card. I used score tape here because I didn't want to get roll tape all over my desk. That's the reason for that. And like a fool, watch this. You're going to really enjoy this. You're going to get a really good laugh in about 5. There it is. Static electricity. Hold. I don't know how to solve that problem. I think if I had held it from the beginning instead of laying it down and then trying to lift it up, the best way to fill this is to fill the shaker cup and then close the card on it. But I'm not static electricity is not my friend. Once you get the butterfly to here down, it's great. You just got to get it to here down. I pulled a sticker to add a sentiment. Realized the card was kind of boring. So pulled another sticker. And it's amazing. Just adding that one layer of sticker finished the card off really quite beautifully. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below which of the 5 and bonus 6 cards today were your favorite. And until then, happy crafting, everybody.